I truly believe that Leon Edwards could have beat Carlos Prates in an alternate universe. Reason being, Carlos is undeniably the hardest hitting welterweight right now. And pound for pound, there's even an argument there because he has a 100% finish rate. His only losses to Ian Gary. And if Ian wasn't so damn mobile, he probably would have got knocked out. And that's why I don't like that many people's chances against Carlos Prates on the feet unless they're going to incorporate some form of grappling. Now, only a few people are able to execute that on someone like Carlos Prates because apparently he's a black belt in BJJ. On top of that, he's been training MMA for a long time in the best gyms in the world. He has guys like Caio Borralho in his corner. Caio is very physically strong. He competes in BJJ tournaments and he's went up against guys like Jailton Almeida and Brendan Allen. Now, Jailton might be one of the most boring fighters the UFC has ever seen, but one thing you can't deny is that his grappling is somewhat effective from a control standpoint and just from a scoring standpoint. Now, with Brendan Allen, we just saw his performance against RDR. So for you to be able to out grapple him for the entirety of the fight, yes, it was boring, but still, it shows that Caio Borralho is someone that you want to have in your corner, especially when you're in the welterweight division, known to have grapplers like Sean Brady, Kamaru Usman, now Islam Makhachev, Ian Gary's up there too, and the list goes on really. I forgot to even add Shafkat. But it doesn't matter if Carlos has King Kong or the Avengers in his corner. At the end of the day, he's going to be the one fighting his opponent in the octagon. And when he went up against Leon Edwards, I didn't really think his defensive grappling looked as good as some people may have thought it was. I mean, with how confident he looked in the first round, Leon Edwards had his back and he's hitting him with those light strikes. And then you have Carlos who looks completely unfazed. It makes him look like he's winning the fight. But in reality, he isn't. He just looks like he's confident. That's it. And what I remember was Leon took him down the first time, had him up against the fence. And did Carlos break free from that? No. He stayed there and they were separated by the ref. And then the second time, Leon shot for the takedown, had him up against the fence, put him in a body triangle, landed some light strikes. And did Carlos escape? Once again, no. He was saved by the bell. Not that there was anything he needed saving from aside from control time. Now in round two, I noticed how Leon was forcing a lot of striking exchanges, man. He was trying to counter Carlos, and you can't keep on repeating the same thing. Carlos is a very experienced Thai boxer. I mean, going back to his fight against Charles Radke, did you see that finishing sequence, bro? Who would have thought that the cross was going to be followed up with the knee up the liver? Like, bro, on top of that, there was the Jeff Neal performance where I don't know what Jeff Neal thought he was going to get hit with, and then he ends up eating a spinning back elbow. And he also likes this combo where he throws a knee into a hook. I'm surprised he hasn't been able to KO anyone with it because the force he generates is insane and it's very effortless. So I just don't think striking with someone like Carlos is worth the risk. I was very confident that Ian would beat him. Even today, I still have that same sentiment, and reason being, styles make fights. If you're gonna fight Carlos Prates, you can't afford to absorb any strikes. You have to be bouncy. You have to use lateral movement. You have to stay away from his power side. You have to have good reflexes, good head movement, good blocking. Now, I don't necessarily think Ian Gary has the best head movement. I think it's good. But what makes him really stand out is his footwork. He just couldn't get caught by Carlos Prates. Leon also likes to fight on the outside, but he's a lot more stationary than Ian Gary is. And that is why it was so easy for Carlos to knock him out. Now, I truly believe that if he had just made this fight as boring as possible, he would have standed a much higher chance at winning because Carlos didn't seem to have an answer for him in the grappling exchanges. And I could very well be wrong. Maybe Carlos was inevitably going to knock him out. But just let me be delusional, man. Let me be delusional. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. If Leon followed Fight Me Bro's masterful crotch sniffing game plan, would he have standed a higher chance at winning, or would he still be laying unconscious?